Hi, welcome back to my channel, Mrs. Shank Knits. My name's May, and today I'm going to show you how to knit a pair of fingerless mitts from cast on to bind off and everything in between. I'm knitting the Towie fingerless mitts by Susan Stats, aka KnitLib on Instagram. It's a free pattern. I'll link it and all of Susan's details in the description. I'm winding my yarn first, of course. This pattern calls for a fingering weight held with a mohair, which is what I knit my first pair in, but for this tutorial I am holding two fingering weight yarns together. On the Swift here is my own hand-dyed yarn done on the Knit Picks Bear Swish fingering, and already caked on the table there is the Leo and Roxy 80/20 sock in quartz. Okay, so let's cast on. I'm casting on 46 stitches for the largest size because I like to layer these over gloves for dog walking. I'm casting on using the long tail cast on method. It's nice and stretchy. Check my tutorials for different cast on ideas. This one is very popular because it's so versatile. I'm doing this on a 3.5mm circular needle. I use the Chiagu brand needles because they're sharp and the cable isn't stiff or hard to work with. So I'm doing this magic loop style where you make a loop with the cable that sticks out from the project, and the first instruction after casting on is to do a knit one, purl one rib for 26 rows, or until it's as long as you'd like it to be before the thumb gusset. I found that 26 rows was perfect, so knit one, purl one around and around for 26 rows total. Now we've come to the thumb setup, which takes 3 rows and uses lifted increases. On this first row, we knit one, do a left lifted increase, purl one, do a right lifted increase, knit one, and then place a marker. Now another purl, a knit, a purl, and then continue on in this pattern to the end of the row. On the second thumb setup row now, we knit 2, purl 1, knit 2 again, slip that marker, purl 1, and then knit 1, purl 1, all the way to the end of this row. And now the third thumb setup row, we knit 1, do a left lifted increase as a purl, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, and then a right lifted increase as a purl, knit 1, and then slip that marker. Then purl 1, and now knit 1, purl 1 to the end of the row. So now we're done the thumb setup and we're on to the gusset increases, which is still part of the thumb technically. This is such a neat part to see come together. Now just continue on following the instructions for the right lifted increases and the left lifted increases. Sometimes they're knit, sometimes they're purled. And then we're going to repeat these last 4 rows, the gusset increases, until there are 19 stitches from the beginning of the row to the marker. Okay, I'm back and I now have 19 stitches before the marker. So the pattern says to knit 1, purl 1, slipping the marker as you get to it for 12 more rows, or longer if you prefer. I found the 12 rows to be a good fit for me. Now we get to separate for the thumb. This is a little wonky looking to do, but it works out, I promise. So knit 1 and then slip 17 stitches onto your scrap yarn or another circular needle like I did, and then cast on 1 stitch over the gap using the backwards loop cast on. It's so easy, here it is. And then knit 1, remove the marker, and purl 1. And now you just knit 1, purl 1 to the end. We should have 46 stitches total, and now is a good time to check. Okay, I have 46, so good thing. Now just knit 1, purl 1 until the mitten part is as long as you'd like it to be. The instructions say to bind off loosely in pattern, and while I did follow the directions the first time I knit these, for some reason when I did this, I totally ignored that and just bound off with careless abandon. It doesn't look bad at all, but FYI, the pattern does say to bind off in pattern, which I clearly did not do. Now we have to finish the thumb. So I slipped the 17 stitches that I put on this other circular onto DPNs. It took a little fiddling to get them all just so. Essentially, the pattern has 17 stitches all ready for the thumb, and we're about to cast on another 3, so that's 20 total. So I put 7 on the first needle, 7 on the second, and then 3 on the third, and then I cast on 3 more on that last one for 20 stitches total. The instructions say you may need to shuffle your stitches around so it works for you, and that's just exactly what I did. And then it's just a purl 1, knit 1 all the way around the thumb until it's long enough, and then bind off. Again, it says to bind off loosely in pattern, but again, I just bound off without doing that, so yeah. Now we have to weave in the ends. If you have any wacky spots in your mitt, like my thumb situation, you can fix it now. Ta-da! And now you make the other one. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video and you're interested in tutorials like this, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.